Hi! Thank you so much for tuning in for your August 2017 Written in the Stars Horoscope. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before, and if you're back, hi again. This is a really pivotal month for a couple of reasons, both personally and astrologically. So let's start with the personal side. It's our anniversary. It's been one full year that I've been uploading these videos to YouTube, and I just really want to say thank you. Thank you so much that every like, every share, comment, subscribe has really truly meant the world and driven me further toward my dream, which kind of fits into the astrological theme for this month. But I just want to say thank you, and that it truly means the world. Like, I could say so many things, but they're all going to sound cliched, but please trust that this is coming from the bottom of my awkward heart. Okay, so astrologically speaking, you've probably heard the news around the astrological water cooler is that we are heading into eclipse season, a time when things really get supercharged. You can think of eclipses, which always occur on new and full moons, as new and full moons on steroids. If a full moon means things are done and it's time to move on, something has either come to completion or crisis and it's time to make a new start, then a full moon eclipse is like, whoa, it's really time to move this out and be done with it. Let it go so you can move forward with more momentum. That's coming full moon in Aquarius on August the 7th, depending on where you are in the world. But the really exciting news is that August 21st, new moon, full solar eclipse in Leo, repping that Leo new moon. Leo is the sign of the heart. Leo is the sign of the inherent talent and uniqueness that makes you exactly who you are and completely different from everyone else. So this new moon is inviting you to a beautiful new beginning. It's like an invitation to be fully who you are. What seeds do you want to plant? What star do you want to shine in the universe for you? How do you shine? This is the time for you to decide. So take that full moon time to push things out of your life that aren't working for you anymore so that you have room for the beautiful new beginning coming on the 21st. So you can hear more about that. You can check out my blog, writteninthestars.co, to see where those moons are affecting you most, but also keep an eye here on the YouTube channel for a couple of videos on those moons specifically. Okay, so now let's get to my line. Without further ado, on to your reading. Hey Aries, super excited to read for you this month with this eclipse going on especially. Ooh, speaking of eclipse, I don't know if you saw that guy. But he was peeking before your reading, so we're gonna wait. Okay, so Aries, that exciting new moon, that full solar eclipse, which is the really, really powerful one, that's happening in your house of romance, creativity, and play. So this is about a new beginning for you when it comes to, wow. I was gonna say, following your heart, which, and appropriately then up comes the sun, the Leo card. Wow, talk about your heart center. And that's something you're good at, Aries, being honest with yourself, having a little fun. And it's going to be important for you to do what feels emotionally right this month. You're really going to be feeling things in your heart center, and Spirit is already talking about feeling feeling the pull is what they just said. So a lot of you, they just said, wow. It's like I haven't barely pulled a card out yet. They're saying this is a mission-centered month for many of you. So whatever it is that you feel like, this is what I'm here to do, this is what I'm meant for, a lot of you are going to be doing that this month. Okay. This guy. Okay. Aries. What does Aries need to know for their highest good this month? Aries in August 2017. Our fiery, wow, okay. Our fiery friend Aries. What does Aries need to know? And Aries, if you haven't seen one of my videos before, you will see me turning these cards right side up. I read intuitively, and so when a card comes in, how another reader might read it reversed, I turn it right side up so that you can see the figures and use your intuition to really see what you see and empower yourself. Because I tune into spirit and wow, that's powerful. Sorry, we interrupt this message to say wow. Okay. So for you to interpret your own intuition about the images, but I myself, I read intuitively, and therefore the way that they come in does not affect the message. I listen to what spirit and my intuition have to say about it. We just get some questions about that once in a while, so I thought I would make that clear. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Aries, August 2017. What's going on for Aries in August? What do they need to know? Aries, Sun, Aries, Moon, Aries rising. What do they need to know for their highest good this month, Spirit? For their highest good, always and only. Wow. Aries. Sorry about the wows, Aries. I promise to explain every wow. Aries, August 2017. Romantic new moon. What's going on for Aries? Aries. Wow. Okay. Powerful ending. Okay. Let's just make sure you can see everybody. It's intense, Aries. That's intense. But it's like you to face things head on, and that's what this looks like to me. Okay. So, getting a lot of invitations this month. That's the first thing I hear, Aries, is there's a lot of interest in you and what you have to offer. And Spirit is using that phrase very deliberately, and they want me to make a distinction. There are some people that want things from you, and there are some people that want to give to you, like this Knight of Cups here. I feel that for a lot of you, there is someone from your past coming back again this month, and there's a kind of reunion. And I do feel, yeah, it's like there's this past connection, and Spirit is using the phrase unfinished business. There's unfinished business there. There are sort of things that were left mysterious or a little bit unsaid. Certain things were left unsaid. And some of you are going to go back and redress that and kind of come face to face with those things. Okay, and this is where I should say, Aries, these are general readings for every Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So some of these messages are going to resonate more than others. For some of you, the reason I say that is for some of you I feel that the reunion or the return of the person from your past and the sort of discussion, I feel like for a lot of you it's closure. A lot of you are leaving behind something that was like a one-way street, and it's not really filling your cups anymore, or perhaps what was in those cups has grown really stagnant and it's time for you to leave it behind. Spirit is using the word illusion. And Aries, that's something you take hard. If somebody is putting up a front, if somebody is faking it in some way to get something out of you, or even to get your approval, you do not appreciate that. And Spirit is saying that some of these people who put up this front, this illusion, it wasn't a conscious decision, or the intent was not to hurt you. This person is operating from their own wounds, their own unhealthy addictions, devil down here, their own unhealthy attachments. But as I say that, Spirit is reminding you that all of our relationships, and this isn't necessarily strictly romantic, this can be people from our past, as often, you know, family members, people that we feel really close with. Who is it with whom you have a relationship that feels kind of one way? Like, I'm putting in all the effort, I'm doing my best to fill this person's cup, and either they're not doing anything, or they're not accepting what I'm trying to give them. Relationships are mirrors. all of our relationships. Again, not strictly romantic, friendships, family, everything. And if there is someone in your life to whom you have given more than they deserve, it's not really necessary for you to think about, okay, they are so messed up, they totally, you know, took advantage of me and etc. It's more about, okay, so if that happened, and if at this point I'm feeling resentful, or I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling sad, or disappointed in this person, or in relationships in general, or whatever, it's time to turn that around. It's time to turn that around and build yourself up, because this is actually a really beautifully positive, like, you have such beautiful cards. 10 of Cups, the Sun, Strength, High Priestess, like the Fool, cards of moving forward fearlessly, cards of clarity, but you also have cards of mystery and cards of breaking down things that brought illusory comfort or had illusory stamina, like something that isn't real is breaking down in your life this month. That's what I'm feeling. And the Tower is very often something that can come as a surprise, but for some of you, you detonated the Tower yourself, and it's just like, okay, I'm done, and now I'm leaving the job, or I'm leaving the marriage, or I'm, you know, leaving the state, like, or hey, oh my god, I just got laid off, or this person dumped me out of nowhere. But always the Tower indicates that it was something that wasn't real anyway. So, you know, I know that can be cold comfort when you want this thing to still be around, but if it moves out of your way, Aries, trust that it would have been moved out now or 6 months from now, and at least you're not, you know, dragging your feet and still dealing with this, you know, for months and months and months. Gosh, let's talk about those good cards, because you know me, if you've been here for a while, Aries, like, I'm an optimistic soul and I'm sunny and all that, but I really like to front load the bad news. That's always been, you know, who I am. Like, give me the challenges right off the bat so I know what to do and, you know, parlay those opportunities, right? So those are the struggles that you're dealing with this month. The temptation to fall into old habits, to fall into old relationships that aren't giving to you anymore. And there's this real opportunity to move forward and to break the dam open and release, like, all this pent-up energy. And really enjoy yourself. The Sun is such a happy card. Again, clarity, positivity, a feeling of victory. And I feel like a lot of you are experiencing, it's like a moment of enlightenment in the month of August, and it could come near the very beginning. And for a lot of you, it could be near the beginning of the month that you get that message or that invitation from this Knight of Cups person. This, I think of the Knight of Cups as that prince or princess on a white horse, who just, like, Prince or Princess Charming, who comes and, you know, gets down on bended knee. And nowadays that can have a very negative connotation, like, oh, okay, yeah, Prince Charming, like, player. But that's not what I'm feeling here, and that's not usually the case with the Knight of Cups. He can be a little bit impetuous, he can be a little bit immature, but his emotions and his declarations are very real. Even if they seem a little too impassioned or a little too, you know, sweeping you off your feet, he certainly means them. Okay. So I want to say, like I said, front-loading the bad news. For a lot of you, that Tower crumbling down in a way is setting you free. And there are people around you toasting you. For many of you, I'm hearing this is family, like feeling like surrounded by support and love, and like my cup runneth over. And actually this Tower falling down and walking away from something, and it's so, like, when I said wow, it was because I pulled these two cards next to each other. And it's like this Eight of Cups here, the card of stagnation, the card of emotional loss. It's these stacked up cups. And the reason the water in these cups grew stagnant was because, you know, you set them up with this finite amount of water and stacked them up so neatly that, like, okay, don't move those, this is exactly how I want it. And then it gets stagnant, and then it needs to be knocked down. It's like if I sipped from these cups, it would be toxic, so it's time to move on, but your cups will be refilled, and you're being set free so that you can go on this adventure. So that you can be the Fool, so that you can start from zero, is what Spirit just said. Tabula rasa, like clean slate, time to begin again, and let it be mysterious. Let it be a little bit like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. The moon, you know, in French there is a saying that translated literally from the French to English means between dog and wolf. And it's an idiom meaning twilight, the time, you know, between day and night, when you can't tell the difference between, you know, from far away, is that a dog coming at me or is it a wolf? And the moon, I just love that. The moon is that card with here, you know, the wolf and the dog, of what is happening. It's metamorphosis, it's mystery. And I love that you have it during eclipse season. Like I wonder if other signs, if this will be a theme in the cards, but it is definitely highlighting. You've got that lunar eclipse and full moon on August, I believe it's August the 7th in Aquarius. So for you, that is the house of allies, organizations, and long-term goals. Like, who am I really? Who do I want to be in society? What is my role? Like, look at how far you've come, look at where you are, and take it like as an opportunity to say, if this is where I am in society now, where would I like to be, and let me begin. And the moon's mystery and metamorphosis, it's an opportunity. I mean, metamorphosis and looking at the crab crawl out of the water, it's like evolution. It's like if the landscape is shifting, it's because you as a soul and a human are shifting, and you are evolving to fit this new paradigm that you've created for yourself by breaking out of your tower and setting yourself free. So I said wow again because I love the High Priestess coming in next to the moon. Look at the moon in the background of her card as well. It's like you couldn't ask for a better spirit guide to walk you through, you know, the moonlit path. The High Priestess knows how to sit back and be patient and quote-unquote play it very cool and wait for more information to present itself. Wait for more information to reveal itself. Particularly when you're dealing with this devil, this devilish character. And again, if you haven't been here, Aries, the devil does not represent Satan. He does not represent evil. He is much more related to Pan, the little horned goat god who used to chase the nymphs and get into all kinds of troubles for being, you know, tempted by everything. And he represents bondage, a sense of feeling tied to something even though you really aren't. And for some people that's, you know, addiction, like drugs, literal drugs, or addiction to a bad toxic relationship, or even like a dead-end job, like, oh, I have to do this drudgery, I'm tied to this, because the fear of going is so much worse than the pain of staying. That is the devil in a nutshell. And use your intuitive powers. If you are not one of those Aries who has set yourself free from the tower this month, and you're wondering how to do that, that is what it's all about. It's about recognizing that you're not really under the sway of your job, or, you know, your relationship, or your income, or whatever. And, you know, Aries, this is where I should say, if you want help removing some of those blockages or looking at some of the stuff that's really working in your life on a personal level, since these are general readings, my shop is linked below. If you want to get some reading one-on-one, that would be awesome. And I have a lot of faith in you, honestly. Reading or no reading, the Queen of Swords is here. And for some of you Aries, that is you. When Spirit said that this is kind of like a month of mission-centered month, the Queen of Swords is a fighter. She is not a queen who, you know, sits upon her throne with soft hands and doesn't have to do anything. The Queen of Swords is a general. She is on the battlefield. She is, you know, creating plans. She is sending soldiers. And the Queen of Swords is a queen of words, a queen of thoughts, ideas, the intellect. Be honest with yourself and with other people this month, Aries. And I'm also feeling that for some of you, this is you. Like, and you can be a male Queen of Swords or a female King. Gender has nothing to do with these 4 cards. It's more about personality. For some of you, trust the Queen of Swords in your life that is telling you that the devil doesn't own you. So, again, that's why they're saying, for some of you, you are detonating this tower because you have already adopted your, you've stepped into your power as the Queen of Swords. And for others of you, there is someone who loves you nearby, who is giving you the cold, hard truth, even if it's not easy to hear. It's not easy to say either, but this person is willing to say it because they love you. So they might be a little harsh or a little blunt because, the Queen of Swords can be a little bit like that. But she's got a sword that can cut through these chains and cut through the bullshit. That's her other specialty. Cutting through chains and cutting through bullshit. I love it. Yeah, Aries, this is a month about getting real with yourself. And when you get really real with yourself about what you fear, about what you want, and about what you already have. And then you just kind of sit back. Sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. See who's there for you. See who's not there for you. See what happens when you set yourself free from baggage and clean the slate for yourself, even if it's just an internal reset. Like, you know what? I'm going to let go all that stuff. I'm just going to start from 0 in August and see what happens. See what happens. Be the High Priestess. Let it play out and then make your decision. Okay. Okay, so now let's move on to your Fiercely Focused spread. I'm excited. So if you haven't been here, Aries, this is a spread where I choose obviously a different deck of cards. And I'm going to pull a theme card for your month. Ooh, that almost flipped out, but it didn't. I'm going to let it go. We're going to pick a theme card for Aries for August 2017. And then we're going to pick a card for each of the 4 elements representing different areas of your life. And give you some concrete, like, what should I do to improve my life, to make things better? What can I expect to be dealing with this month in those different sectors, like money, love, career, health, creativity, spirituality. Okay. So first off, what does Aries need to know, do? Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. So this is one of those... Hey Aries, sorry about that. That was a total bummer. Much like myself, I was just like rambling on for a few minutes before I realized that the camera had totally turned off and I was totally, well, doesn't matter. Let's go over this again. Okay, so what I was starting to say was same card, different deck. That strength card appearing again, that card of walking down into, the scary basement where you hear a sound and you have to go investigate, and like, why would you ever want to go down into the damp, dark, scary, gross basement when you have your nice house? Like, why would you want to go down there? And yet, if you ignore that sound and you try to, go to sleep as a little kid, you're haunted by, like, what is that sound? Oh my God, there's a monster in the house. This thing is totally going to get me. The shadow of ourselves is no different. That devil card that popped up in your cards, that's exactly what this is. It's like, look in the mirror of your relationships. Like, how have I cheated myself? How have I rejected myself? How have I abandoned or taken advantage of myself? Whatever it is other people are doing to you, question how you're doing that to yourself. This is not a judgment or like a, hey, get over it and, look at yourself and who cares about them. Like, an injustice is an injustice. So I'm not telling you not to feel your feelings. But Spirit is definitely saying that the faster route to making the change is always going to be looking within yourself and going into that dark, scary basement, facing your shadow, facing your fear, flipping the lights on. You had that sun card saying flip the lights on and see that it's not so scary and not so bad, and that it's actually you. You are the man behind the curtain, man or woman behind the curtain. You're the Aries behind the curtain running the show. So if you don't like it, make a change. Okay. So, like I said, I had been talking for a while and had already pulled your second card, your card for the earth element, the card for your money, career, health, the earthly, pragmatic things. And you have a beautiful card. The Ace of Pentacles, a golden opportunity, like literally a golden opportunity. Now, I don't want you to confuse a golden opportunity with something on a silver platter. Those are two very different things. The Ace of Pentacles is a seed to be planted and nurtured. And very specifically, this is like your money. This is your finances. This is like, Aries, if things are going well and you're like, okay, what do I do with this little bit of extra money? Okay, well, what do you do with it? Let's invest it. Let's think about it. What do you want to do? How do you make it work for you? And if, like many of us, you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm, you know, really just trying to get by. Okay, maybe it's time to think about your budget. Maybe it's time to reassess and be like, okay, what are my goals? You have that full moon and that house of allies, organization, and long-term goals. And when I say long-term, I'm like, where do you want to be chilling when you're retired? Where do you want to be in, you know, 10, 20, 30 years? The actions you take today, extrapolate them into the future. If you ran your life just like you ran it today for the next however many X amount of years until you're, you know, on, you know, that winter of life, what would it look like? Totally leaving you in that uncomfortable pause for a reason. A little bit of self-reflection. Spirit keeps referencing mirrors, 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 mirrors. It's very interesting. You have a beautiful opportunity. If you take this seed and you plant it and you take care of it and you nurture it, if you take care of your money, if you respect and nurture your money, and especially for those of you who may have maybe fear or a little bit of like, you know, disdain even for money, like, yes, I need it, but I don't like it, and, you know, I hate the rat race, and etc. Having some respect and enjoyment and gratitude with your money can do a lot to loosen some of those holds and blockages around your money. So embrace what you have and really make the most of it, because that is going to lead, I'm feeling small but impressive progress in August with your money. Like you take a really good step, many of you, and it's like, don't squander this. Like they said, it's not on a silver platter. It's not a done deal. It's an opportunity for you to cultivate. Okay. So now we're going to pull a card for what's going on in your mind this month, what you're talking and hearing about, what's going on with communications, ideas, speeches people are making. What's going on in your mind, Aries, in August 2017? What do you need to know for your highest good? Wow, holy jeez. Same card, different deck, yet again, Queen of Swords. Like, stalker cards are real. It's a real thing, Aries. And whenever you get a stalker card, it's like, sit up and take notice, okay? So, you know, use your words, as they were saying before. Trust that Queen of Swords in your life who has told you the truth, even when it was an uncomfortable thing or when it could have been easier to, you know, when she could have told a lie, she tells the truth. The Queen of Swords is always blunt. The Queen of Swords is very real and honest. And you are very real and honest, Aries. So be strategic. That is what Spirit just said. So a lot of you are thinking literally about strategies. I can talk. And what a beautiful card to get, especially coming after that Ace of Pentacles, saying you have something to cultivate, something to create, something to make the most of. The Queen of Swords is very strategic, very savvy, very smart. And you had that High Priestess card of like, sit back and think and relax and relax. Like, relax and the thoughts are going to come to you. The words and the messengers and the advisors that you need are going to come to you. And again, they're bringing you back to the Strength card and saying, the more you look in the mirror, the more you know yourself for all your parts. And they are all acceptable. That is the thing about shadow work. It's not like, oh, I found you, bad part of myself, and now be gone. Aha, I've conquered you and now I'm a better person. Like, no. You know, you go down into that mental basement and you find the part of you that is, let's just say, greedy. Greedy, just outright greedy. Like, you want money, you want things. Sometimes, you know, you forego other people's wishes in order to get what it is you want, whatever. That could be part of you. that, you know, this is arbitrary, Aries. Like, it could be lust, it could be rage, it could be some other part of yourself that you find to be completely distasteful, and therefore, like, there's a desire to repress it. Get honest with it. Get honest and face it, and when you cultivate what you find, it's like they said, untapped power. The shadow, I'm sorry, I don't even know if that part got onto the video. I'm so confused now. The shadow is always that unaccessed power. So when you tap in, you can cultivate something amazing. That's what Spirit is saying. What is your quote-unquote dark side, and how can you tap in and grow it out of that deep, dark, shadowy earth and make it a beautiful flower in that sunshine, that sun card that you had. Gosh, Spirit's coming in hard. It's like they're making up for the fact that they know that I talked for like ever with the camera off. They're like, wait, you said this and say this and say this and say this? Okay. Okay. I'm really excited about how this is shaping up. Okay. So now, Aries, let's look at what's going on in your heart, in your feelings in August. August 2017. Aries. August 2017. Aries. August 2017. What does Aries need to know about their feelings, their emotions, the exchanges and relationships they're having, the way their heart feels? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Well, you know me, y'all. I never ignore what Spirit wants. So clearly, they want doubles here. Wow. So when I said that you had that, you know, a sweet offer coming in and perhaps a new partnership or an offer from someone coming from the past, here's that message landing in, you know, your phone, like text, email, Facebook, DM, something. It's like, whoa, where did you come from? And again, some of you, it's somebody, I feel like for a lot of you, it's somebody from the past, or i.e. somebody you already know. Whether it's like an old friend or an ex that is coming back, or you know, somebody that you have had something with and there's been some distance there and they pop back up. There's a lot of potential. It's the early stages, Aries. So be smart and be honest. But this has a lot of beautiful potential. But whenever I see the Two of Cups, I always feel compelled to say, keep your eyes wide open. The lion here represents all the chemistry. Like, this is very sweet and romantic and innocent, but that lion is hovering above, reminding us we're all animals. We all have like the feelings, and then we have our desires, and that is always present, especially in the very beginning. We can become quite intoxicated by all those chemicals rushing through us. So keep your eyes open, but there is a sweet message coming through. Very interesting, Aries. You'll have to let me know in the comments what that's all about for some of you. Okay, and finally, let us see what is sparking you. What's activating you, Aries? What is lighting you up, brightening your life, lighting a fire underneath you? How are you getting all fired up? Wow. Oh, yay, beautiful. What a lovely array you have here. And I especially like it coming after like the Tower and the Eight of Cups and all that of, you know, things falling down and moving forward. Victory. You have victory, and you have specifically public acclaim. So people celebrating what it is you bring to the table, your creative efforts, your unique spirit, your personality, your spark, because wands are fire. Spirit just said, but don't get on your high horse. Okay, so that's the only thing, is like, yay, this is all awesome, this is terrific. Celebrate, be excited, work for victory, because it can be yours. What you work upon, like, it's coming to fruition. So don't get on your high horse. Be humble. Remember the people that are celebrating you, that are supporting you, that are giving you inspiration and celebration and momentum, like the people that give you the push that you need. Spirit just said, a victory for you is a victory for many. Wow. And you know, they were saying about the Queen of Swords, be strategic. So for some of you, it's like you are leading a cause, maybe staging some kind of protest or some kind of movement in August. Very exciting. You're doing something special. This is a really exciting array of cards. You let me know, Aries. I want to hear about it. whether it's in the comments or you find me on social media, or you check out the blog. All that stuff is linked below. I want to hear what you think, whether this resonated, and how your August is going. You know I want to hear. Thank you so much as always for showing up. I really appreciate it, and I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope I see you next month. Bye, Aries.